So for my interactive whiteboard assignment screencast, I am sharing a smartboard file that I use with my classes. This is on short A, which is our phonics skill for Unit 1, Week 1 in Benchmark. For the first slide, we have short A as the title, and then a 3-minute video on short A. If we look at it just for a few seconds, it goes over how short A is pronounced. One of my favorite videos is it shows the students how their mouth should be making the short A sound. While doing this, my students would repeat the sentence and the word. Normally we would finish this video and then move on to the next page. In the next page, I have many grayed out letters of A, where each student would come up and they would trace the letter A in a capital and A in a lowercase, and they would say the ah sound. So the short A sound would be pronounced. My third slide is interactive examples of the short A words. This helps the students read the word and then learn how it's said. Just for a few examples, we have happy, bad, and nap. The students would have to look at the word, listen to it, and then repeat it. This is a student favorite. This is our picture and word match. For this one, it can be used on the iPads or on the smartboard. I generally have the class just come up one at a time and use this slide so that they each get a one-on-one chance. So how it works is we have, let's say, the picture of a cat. We move it over, and then we find the word cat, and it matches up. This does have the ability to, as I said before, work on the iPads. You can see my student leaders here. They would connect to Class Lab, type it in, and then this screen would come up on each of the iPads so that they could work in groups if I decided to do it with the iPads or Chromebooks. The last slide is the shout it out activity. You can see again my class leaders, or my table leaders are here. And how it works is they sign into Class Lab. Again, this time it would be actually in the small group rather than how I've been using the previous slide with individual students. And they have to type in short A words. They each get 3 contributions. And you can see, because right now I don't have my students with me, but none of them has contributed anything at the moment. But once it hits 3, the iPad says, great job, you finished your work. And then each of the labels has their names labeled on it so that we know who's contributed what. Generally, I try to have 3 different students in the group make a contribution so that everybody gets a chance. And last is my resource page where I got the video on the first slide for the short A sounds. I think that one of the achievements of this is it gives quite a lot of practice with short A phonics skills. You get matching, you get students making up their own words. You have pronouncing, and then I do really love this video on the first slide. The challenges of this, especially with the first few times we're doing it, the last slide, this can be very difficult for the students to navigate. It takes a few times of practice before they can figure out how to get on Class Lab, remember that they have to type in this number. And it takes practice, but once they have done this activity and the previous activity a few times, it works out better. One of my big breakthroughs for this is I have a newcomer from Guatemala, and he speaks no English, and he was able to sound out the word cap after the video, the pronunciation of it. He was able to repeat it, which I thought was amazing. I was very excited about that. So thank you so much for following along with my short A screencast of my interactive whiteboard assignment.